Greetings again. This is Wayne with Technically Reformed. I am on day 50 of this journey to break into IT. Right now, we are awaiting a possible boot camp that would be starting in March, which would be about 8 months long, which would kind of round up the rest of this journey. So we're awaiting funding for that, and in the meantime, we're exploring a possibility of breaking into tech through other avenues, and I've gained a real interest in cybersecurity. So I have been doing a lot of self-study. I am preparing for this year to complete the just standard tests, so CompTIA Security Plus. I will then, I'm undecided, being completely new to tech without any experience. I'm thinking about doing the A plus. I'm going to give myself probably about a month for that one, and the reason why is to really force myself to learn a lot of the information that's necessary, basic IT information, since I don't have it. Whether or not the certification will be useful, but I think the knowledge and kind of forcing myself to learn that. So I guess during this study, as I study for it, maybe I'll just gain the information and then not take the exam, but we'll see. But I will, after that, be going straight into the CYSA, cybersecurity analyst. I think it's analyst, plus with CompTIA as well. So that'll all be kind of dependent if I end up starting the boot camp in March. That's going to be a full stack Java web development curriculum suggested by a friend of mine, and his company hires several people out of there to work on software for an app that is that does a lot of work around where I'm from, really nationwide. So there's lots of options. Really enjoying learning about cybersecurity through TryHackMe and different areas like that. Let's see here. Okay, cool. So different scenarios, different areas. Continuing to learn. It's a journey, and so I have a plan, and so we're going to kind of jump in, and we see where even the markets are, where it could be even more profitable. There could be more need for developers. There always will be than security. Cybersecurity people, but you need to be passionate about what you do. And I'm kind of going on a journey towards kind of both. And that being said, kind of underlying, my goal is to continue, and I'm kind of doing it slowly, but teach myself Python, which could give me the ability to kind of create some of my own tools and to manipulate some existing tools for cybersecurity, for blue teaming and even red teaming, depending on where that journey leads one day. The goal would be to get an entry-level cybersecurity position, but also open to different entry-level IT positions, depending on where I'm going to be leading in all this, and depending on whether or not we do get the scholarships for the upcoming boot camp. So there's a lot going on. There are a different here in Cincinnati, different coding boot camps. So not coding boot camps, but cybersecurity, more IT related boot camps as well. So a lot of that will be pending. I finished my bachelor's degree in March, so we're going to be, now that I have, since beginning all of this, I've met my wife, had my first child. So some of the plans originally, I was going to continue on to my master's degree. They're taking a bit of a hiatus, and I will be first pursuing this to break into IT and begin supporting and my family, and then continuing on with further education. So this is part of the journey. There's lots of different resources. Freecodecamp.org has been a good one for learning to code, and I've continued to different types of things like I think it's Cody here for just slowly beginning to learn Python. because right now the main thing is kind of the fundamentals. So pre-security, TryHackMe, and also beginning to study with Professor Messer and the Cybex book for the Security Plus. Just kind of starting there, and as I learn, it has piqued my interest, and now I even have a desire to do things like the A plus and the more technical side, knowing that I can grasp it. And as you gain a little bit of confidence, you start to see where your interests are. So yeah, follow along for the journey, subscribe. It's going to be a 365-day journey to break into IT and secure a position. So without further ado, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. That kind of took me off the screen there. Okay. All right, let's see here. We're jumping right into Cody. So this is going to be a little bit of a session of Java. We're going to go ahead and try to hit this marker here. And then also we're going to be doing a Linux TryHackMe. We're learning some foundational stuff in the pre-security. So pretty great that you can kind of start anywhere. So let's see where we're at. In a weather forecasting application, which variable name would most be suitable for storing the current temperature? This is definitely, this is not snake case. This is snake case. Current underscore temperature must be the right answer. Let's see. Empty, is this the last one? Empty variables? I think so. In Python, none. In Python, empty variables, none is a special value that represents nothing or no value. It's like an empty box. It exists, but there's nothing inside. For example, empty box equals none. In a real scenario, you could use none to indicate that something was not initialized yet. For example, score equals none, name equals none. Score hasn't been calculated, name hasn't been entered yet, challenge beginner. Declare a variable named nothing and assign it the value none. This is the variable named nothing, and it's so none, capital None. Is that correct? Oh, here we go. Here's the recap coming up. Recap, initialize variables. Write code that initializes the following variables. K with a value of 88.
3, take all the SD cards just in case. Secure the footage and never reveal it to anyone but the feds who have always been so trustworthy. And
I don't know if that's right.
Quickly cover the scene in case anybody wants.
Is it supposed to be in?
Yeah, at least there are some instructions. Did Charlie Kirk have any real friends? What do you guys think? Because the more that time goes by,
is it supposed to be in this? Maybe.
Who's lying about every little thing? And I mean literally.
That's for a string. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go back to this.
The Catholic point made me so upset.
Equals.
I very gently said, "Oh, we thought he was close to converting. He was going to the mass," and then suddenly Operation Mocking Pastor or Mocking Evangelical Influencer went out, and they all
name.
Like, that's not true. That's not true. And I'm like, what
equals.
Don't be absurd. Don't be absurd. Why lie?
VOB. Let's hope this is correct. I think this is correct.
I think it was right after the memorial service, a couple of days after the memorial service, where Alex Clark released that interview with her and Andrew Colvett. And
Operators Part 1. We're going to save this and we're going to say that, wait, complete all the masteries to unlock the final trophy. Wait a minute. So, num.
I really struggled with that, and I struggle with it even more now that I know that Charlie Kirk, there's a lot of questions about what about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his
Looks like I ran out of energy, so that's fine with me. I'll gonna continue on with my Linux. My machine's still open? Oh man, I feel bad about that. So this has been open for quite a while, and I have 20 minutes left. Wait, expires in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, let's do this. So this is part 2. Well, task 3, introduction to flags and switches. So let's jump into this. Over here we have a terminal. Let's see if we can, we need to do some adjustments.
Want a career that makes a difference? ATA College is here to help you get a diagnostic medical sonography degree that will have you career ready in as little as 18 months. Get the degree that can
boom, 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 boom.
Ohio.ata.edu for more.
All right, so here, over here is it's a attack box. So this is a real virtual machine that's assigned to me. And they got some warnings here. It's pretty interesting. So you're responsible for your actions. This machine, so pen testing any target that is not deployed by you on TryHackMe is prohibited. So we have some real tools that we're gonna be using here. Root, let's see, some tools. So this is a Linux system. Never really used one before. Accessories, education. Interesting. Okay. Mozilla. It's been a long time since I've used that before. Bloodhound, Postman. bloodhound. That sounds like a defensive.
And are pressuring them, as we are
Ugh.
hearing, to maintain the idea that Charlie died pro-Israel. But to do that, to have the
Oh, I hope
to
my
do
batteries
that,
aren't
to
dying
know
again.
that
It's possible.
you knew where he was
All right,
going,
so a majority of commands
and
allow for
attended
arguments to be
that
provided.
house,
These arguments are identified by a hyphen and a
and you had to
certain
summon to sit
keyword
down
known
and
as
just
flags or
gaslight
switches.
me. That's what you did.
We'll discuss later
You,
how
actually. You said me, right?
we can
You said
identify
me, but you prefer you.
what
Oh, no,
commands
he was
allow
just the most
for
evangelical.
arguments to be
What's wrong
provided
with everybody? Why does
and
nobody
understand
have
what these
just
do
the
exactly.
the spirit
When using a
within
command,
them
unless
and just dilute everybody
our
down to
list
one essence, and
example,
even sometimes do it through
ls
teammates. The
informs
extra
us that
convincing.
there is only
That's
one
crazy
folder
work.
named
Lied to me. Speaking on the note
one
of
folder
Israel attack, I will tell you,
names
there's no one that is at the top of the
folder
shelf that
1.
has upset me more than Don Jr. Don Jr. was one of
As
the
highlighted in the
most
screenshot below, note that the
well,
contents of
literally
only
at the
two
top.
examples.
Don Jr.
Note that the
was
contents in the
one of the
screenshots
people
below are
very
only
much
examples.
antithetical to what you said. He was there. Okay, he did
List what's in there.
a ton of college campus events with me and Charlie, and we were always
Whoops.
so grateful.
I guess I lost it.
I remember when Don Jr. started following me.
However, after using
Charlie
a
said, "Oh my,
hidden
Don
folder
Jr. is following me. This is amazing. He's
short
really
for
good."
all, we
The
now
beginning
suddenly
of
have an
the
output with a few more
influence
files
Don
such as a
Trump
hidden
Jr.
folder.
being probably,
Files and
without
folders
question
with
actually, the
our
most
hidden files.
hated
Okay,
Trump family member to Turning Point USA's
that's what it
story.
is.
Okay? And like I said, I know how Charlie felt about Don Jr. So
Interesting here.
asked him
Flags
what
and
he
switches.
thought about the investigation
All right, so I've been taking notes on this stuff
into
to really,
Charlie's
let's see, let's
assassination.
go back
I
a
was
little bit.
expecting him to say, "I think it's crap." That is not what he said. In fact, he did his best not to answer the question, as you'll see, and then Megyn Kelly holds him to it, and then you'll hear what he says. Take a listen.
How do you feel about the investigation into Charlie's death? Can we have faith in it? Do you feel like it's being well handled?
So far, listen, so far so good. I think, I've had this conversation with a lot of the guys that have been, very involved from the beginning. Others that are a big part of that movement that, are going to take, more of a role. Guys like JD, like, hey, he believes we have to keep this going. People, myself, hey, I did a lot of them, but I got to do even more. We got to keep this going. There's never going to be a replacement for Charlie Kirk. You can't plug that in, but if we can find 10 people that can do 10% of what he did, and they go all in and do that, we can keep that alive. And honestly, we all owe that to him.
Just around that, do you have confidence in the investigation? Should we have confidence in this FBI investigating?
I do. And I don't know. I don't like it when the people have the private, but I've spoken to everyone, around, and Eric, I do have confidence. And, when I start seeing some of the other stuff, it's like, man. And by the way, just so we're clear, as you all probably know, if you're here, you probably follow me a little bit. Like, I'm about as conspiratorial as it gets within the realm of sanity, for good cause, right? I think I was the guy that first said, like, the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is usually about 6 months. I was the guy canceled for pushing all of the obvious things that were conspiracy theories that, Wuhan or whatever lab virus.
Commands that accept these will also have help. Commands that accept these will also have a help option. This option will list possible options that the command accepts, provide a brief description and an example of how to use it.
Real and isn't true, and I've been pushing all of that, but some of the stuff does get a little bit off the rails, and I think you're really, it's been used even by the other side as a way to distract from the bigger picture of what happened to him, of what the other side has proven that they are actually willing to do.
Man, oh man, so much I want to say in that clip. Okay, the first thing that I want to say is that Don Trump Jr. is not a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Don Trump Jr. is probably maybe akin in some ways to Mikey McCoy. Like, I look at Mikey McCoy, I don't know Mikey McCoy at all, and I don't think he's an evil person. I think he is in the shadow of his father, right? I think he's in the shadow of his father. I think Don Jr. has been probably in the shadow of his father his entire life, because what he's saying when he begins to credentialize himself and say, "Oh, I have the Wuhan said this about COVID, blah, blah," that's all true. That's the real Don Trump Jr. He was actually one of the people that was the most vocal.
So we're saying we're going to list, and we want to list the help. So it's going to provide the possible list information about files. Let's see, sort alphabetically.
in
Mandatory arguments
the Shadow
to
of the Star.
long
And
options
to
are
tell you,
mandatory for short
vision,
options too.
So I do want to be charitable in terms of thinking of that particular dynamic when dad is saying this needs to be done, and you have to carry on knowing that you had a relationship with Charlie, because you did have a relationship with Charlie. Don, from me to you. It's better to say nothing. Okay? It's better to say, I'm just not going to answer that question. The best way you could honor Charlie Kirk, if you can't fight for him for some reason, is to simply say nothing. Because I looked at this clip and it bothered me for a lot of reasons, Don, because I know who you are. You know who you are. You're a hunter. You love to hunt, Don, right? Every picture of you, you were in the wilderness. Your whole life, you love to be in the wild. In fact, you taught me a lot about the wild and a lot about hunting.
I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like it's saying that this is kind of like
Experience is actually with you, right?
Linux stuff. So
Raised seals in British Columbia. You know nature, and I'm not going to ask you to go back against the nature of honoring your father, but I am going to ask you not to lie.
I'm not sure what that is. This option is the format and output of what is called the man page,
I'm going to need you to make a video
short for manual, which contains documentation for Linux commands and applications. The man page, the manual page.
Somehow, through the miracle of God, Charlie's neck stopped a 30-06. Not only stopped 30-06, but was pretty much in good shape, not even destroyed. His neck was not even destroyed by a 30-06. That kind of a miracle, Don. You know hunting, you know guns, and so I'm asking you if this is truly what you believe, to clarify that matter. Make a video, sit down with me, look me in the eye, and say, Candace, I really do think that Charlie, our friend, because you are his friend, you were his brother, stopped a 30-06 with his neck, which stayed intact. You won't say that, Don. You won't say that because it's untrue, and I think that spiritually it would mess with you. And the hunters that are listening know that you don't believe that. You know too much.
To access the documentation, we can use the man command and then provide the command we want to read the documentation for. Using our ls example, we use command man ls, so the manual list to view the manual pages for ls, like so.
As his other brothers and sisters and people in the movement, people who
Something like this.
get to the bottom of this, because everything we're being sold is absolute BS.
Huh. And that's how you find out what it is.
Anyways, moving on from that, I do, on the topic of Israel, I want to let you know that I was very excited to sit down and have a conversation, which we will be releasing on Friday with Norman Finkelstein. Norman Finkelstein was probably the single greatest contributor to me being sort of just smacked in the gut about Gaza, learning about Gaza. I think most people didn't know, genuinely, like me, just did not know anything about the history of Gaza, knew nothing about it, because it has been such a censored topic in America, and we were all told that, you know, it was our job, after all the Holocaust movies and Holocaust indoctrination that took place in the school system, to be triggered at the idea that anybody could ever fought against the modern state of Israel, which is only there because 6 million Jews perished in the Holocaust. We all grew up with that, right? We grew up being indoctrinated not to ask a single question when it comes to Israel. That's the reality. And Norm Finkelstein, whose parents survived, one of his parents survived Auschwitz, was the reason I had him on my show right after October 7th, sometime shortly thereafter, when I was at the Daily Wire. And what he told me horrified me, and it pushed me to become more educated on the topic. And I was so grateful that I was able to sit down with him again, this time on my totally owned show. And I'm just going to show you a little trailer for that. Take a listen.
The Economist magazine, it describes Gaza as, quote, a human rubber sheet. The leading UN official on Gaza describes it as, quote, a toxic.
What directional arrow key would we use to navigate down the manual page? Directional key. So I guess I gotta do that again when I miss something. Directional key. Direction, I mean, down? uh, is that not a trick question, I guess? What flag will we use to display the output in a human readable way? What flag would we use to display the output in a human readable way? Huh. What flag would we use to display the output in a human readable way? What flag? What flag? And it's only 2 characters. Would that be the hidden ones, right? Like, no. A human readable way. I'm not really sure what I'm being asked here. A human readable way. Nope. Okay. Maybe it's in this actual I'm thinking that that human readable might actually be inside this. Let's go up. I think we're onto something, so what we're going to do is bring it back up. So that's what we're looking at here. And if it's inside of this, human readable. So let's go to the top. That's all we can do. So manual, okay. That's the top. So we're looking for the question, what flag will be used to display the output in a human readable way? Hey, found it. Human readable. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Lord. That was some work. We did not give up. You cannot give up. Do not give up. I really wanted to give up. Let's look at the cheat, but you just have to. This is not a field where you want to give up. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. You must find. You must solve the puzzle. That's what I'm learning. You cannot take the easy way out. You have to do it and find it yourself. You have to do the work. All right, so some basic stuff here. So we created notes, we created this file, and we created this directory here, different colors. White file directory is in light blue here. So now we're going to try to remove the first remove. So we should be able to remove the note without anything special. Note is gone. There is no note was here. Note is gone. Now that you remove this directory, RM, but we need to do a negative capital R for the directory, it says. So now my directory. So I guess that's the command. I mean, it's just a capital R. Now ls. My directory is gone. Cool. All right, we did that. We literally did it. Copying and moving files. So move, CP, copying and moving files is an important functionality on a Linux machine. Starting with CP, this command takes 2 arguments: the name of the existing file, the name we wish to assign to the new file when copying. Okay, yep. So CP blank blank. Okay, yeah. Yep, note to note 2, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense here. I don't know if these notes will come up in handy one day, but we're gonna at least have the information. Yeah, so it's gonna be CP note 2. That's how you do it. So it's gonna be CP. It's not gonna be capital. All right. So if we want to, what do we do? How do we create that in Node again? Okay, touch. So over here, touch. Let's call it reform. So enter, ls. There's the file reform. We're gonna change it now. We're gonna go to change it. So we're gonna. It looks like it's copying moving file. So copying, it's kind of like if we want, so it's like it's kind of how we rename it. And the name we wish to assign the new file when copying. Oh, okay, so I can just, so if I'm going to copy this, CP REFORM. Maybe it's the, maybe what didn't read right is the, yep, we did copy it. I couldn't do the 2.0. Okay, that's in there. We can rename it whatever we want. So, okay, I got that. Moving a file takes 2 arguments, just like CP command. However, rather than copying and creating a new file, move will merge and modify the second file that we provide. So not only can we use move to move a file to a new folder, but we can use mv to rename it. For example, we're renaming note 293. So we're gonna do move reform 2 and reform 23. So ls. There you go. That worked. So technically I could, okay, yeah, so I can move it to, right now these are not, so maybe, okay, that's just good enough. Determining file type. What is often misleading and often catches people out is making presumptions from files as to what their purpose or contents may be. Files usually have what's known as an extension to make this easier. For example, text files usually have an extension of txt, but this is not necessary. So far, the files we have used in our examples haven't had an extension. Without having the context of why the file is there, we don't really know its purpose. enter the file command. This command takes one argument. For example, we'll use file to confirm whether note is a text file or not. So we're going to say file reform. Here it says empty. Oh, because there's nothing there? Or, well, that should tell us what kind of... It says pictures. Oh, it's a directory. Empty. How would you create a file named new note? On the deployable machine, what is the file type of unknown one? TryHackMe's home directory? Ooh. Oh, it's really creating them here. I mean, file unknown one, so it's not. We got to try to figure this out. This is tough. I don't know why. I haven't got the file command to work for anything right now. Yeah, that I get. Yeah, it doesn't say anything special. It's like, oh, man. I gotta get some help. This is tough. Um, clearly missing something. I don't know what it is. Oh, on the deployable machine, what is on the deployable machine? What is the file type of unknown one in TryHackMe's home directory? So maybe it's I have no idea what's happening now.
Recorrections? Check out
affordable meals.
You know you don't have to come all the way to the pharmacy to get your fix, right?
There's more than an option.
Goodness gracious. So, key for anybody who's ever using TryHackMe, make sure you follow the instructions in the beginning all the way through and get logged into the correct IP address and everything like that. So, being completely new to tech, I had to make some searches to find out that I had not even begun it properly. So as you can see now, we have successfully searched this to reveal what the file type is, which is ASC2 text. We're going to copy this and we're going to paste this. That's exhausting, but you don't give up. So what are the contents of this file? So I guess it's my file, right? So file, my file here, file, my file. That should give us, well, the contents. It's not the file type.
Okay. We're anticipating her to be with her parents, so go up, natural. Don't overdo it, don't underdo it. You gotta be right somewhere in the middle. Okay, there. So for sure. We're waiting for them to pull up or whatever. And we don't have no way of knowing when they gonna pull up, so we just gonna see her in jail. This shit crazy, bro. I didn't think I was gonna be on this shit, you feel me?
How do I open the, so like,
At the spot where they were seated, we didn't brief Carter on when to go in. At this point, Carter seems pretty confident and X already gave the consent on the do's and don'ts. Because the last thing we need is anything to transpire like last time.
What's up? How you guys doing? Abby? Here we go.
So we weren't able to actually set up a live feed, but we can hear everything that they're saying through Carter's mic. So those headphones I give you, you can put those on right now. Carter is making one right now. You good? You get the audio? Yeah. You good? Can I come through here?
Thank you, Ray. They bad right there. Yo, excuse me, how you ladies doing? What's up, baby? How you doing? My name's Carter. Carter. Like Mr. Wayne Carter. Carter. Stephon Carter. Stephon Carter. What's up, baby? What's your name? Okay, baby. Okay, Scott. You look very familiar. I can frequent this spot here very often. Oh, you don't?
I'm trying to say bad voice.
Well, where you from? She got so many niggas out here.
Okay, where you from?
She from
I'm from Louisiana. Yeah, I'm a model. So yeah, I'm a card, I'm a model. I own my own shipping paint company out here. Yeah. Oh, y'all want to see? I want to say what's on. Oh man, I got a little something, you know, I'm doing a little something. I try to do my little thing. So I do a lot of, modeling events, meet and greets, things like that. We do sipping paints. I also do massages. Most definitely, yeah. They call nude massages where I'm nude and I slide my body across the client. Sneak a little thing in what? Into the client? I mean, everything is, everything is discretion. But you go, hey, look here, listen though. You can definitely find out. You know what I mean? Most definitely. You can keep your man, baby. It's all private. You just... Hey.
Oh, shit.
So single, let's mingle. What's up? Let me get your number, baby. What's your number?
Listen, baby. She said it. I knew that shit, bro. That's why I like her. She tripping. So let me get out this damn thing right now.
Can you touch it? Of course. You want to touch it? Come on, baby.
Listen. Okay. For sure. So y'all gonna be here for a little minute. Okay. I mean, we could do something privately, baby. You know what I mean? Like a massage. You know, an exotic massage from Carter. I have to get all them knots off for you, baby. Damn, you want something right now? Alright, I could just a little bit, alright? Just a little bit.
Massage, though. The fuck? You need to do that for real, too. You really massage therapy, too. She said,
Alright?
you about to give her a massage.
See? 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 Yeah, just, yeah. Let me grab a little drink, you know what I mean? You good, look. Look, I got your number, listen, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you contact me, you got my number on the flyer. I'm gonna see y'all at a show probably, and then we're gonna get that massage done for you.
This test was almost blown when a random customer in the club walked up and interfered with the conversation. I thought our cover was blown, but luckily Ricardo was able to stay hidden. Okay, so he said he's not gonna get some drinks. If he go inside, just go pop up and act like you just want the cup. Just came from the yeah, but just don't do it just yet. Just wait till you sit. We're about to leave right now. All right, go.
Oh no.
I'm gonna grab a drink, man.
Since things seem to be moving so smoothly and we didn't want to lose the momentum, we decided on the spot to send Etienne a surprise to his girlfriend to see if she would continue being seen. I borrowed a home. Chilling. What you mean? Shit, I borrowed a home. That's going to do things like that. Hey, you ain't telling me these girls, mate. I'm talking to you, my girl. You always got some shit to say, bro. You always got I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck you said. I ain't got with her anyway. Shit. You told her stuff, like. You chilling. Why you want me to go so fast? Alright, bet. Y'all niggas acting Christian as hell. I ain't going nowhere. I want to chill for a second. I can't take a shot with you right quick.
And you pop up.
What's your location? What's up?
You know that?
Yeah, call me what you want. I ain't talking your ass. I don't know why you still talking.
Okay.
I ain't coming here to talk. I ain't coming to argue tonight with her. Just every time she lay down, that's what up. Sit my ass down. A drink? What kind of tequila you want? Get your bottom shelf tequila, maybe fuck with you later. What you want to drink? I'll get you something to drink. Cranberry. You never told me what kind of drink you wanted. Cranberry? Amazing. Well. Yeah. What's going on? This is Scott. Scott. How you know her name? How the fuck you know his name? I just got her number. Alright, no, don't play with me like that. I don't know. I just gave you my number. Wait. What you mean? That's her number right here. Alright, hey, hold up. Call her ass right now, man. I'm telling you. Bro, I'm finna look. Get the fuck out of this bitch, nigga. Hey, bro, where you going, my nigga? I'm finna ball, my nigga. This how we get down out here. Yeah. Hey, my nigga. You don't have to play me like this. Hey, back your ass up, man. I'm talking to her.
Hey.
I'm telling you, I got
Wow.
Hey,
That was hard, really hard for me. Pretty basic stuff I could not remember from the first section. The cat that kind of reveals everything that's inside of the file itself. So I had to search and look that up as well. Man, so much to learn. It's a journey, but you cannot give up. You can just quit, but you're not going to get anywhere. So that took way too long. Way too long. Let's try to get a little confidence boost. Man. So these don't look that long. Let's finish it. Let's just finish it. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. I might not do so much talking on this one. Let's see. Let's just finish it. right, gotta log off. It is 2:20 in the morning and I have a baby that is crying and she needs me. So one thing, yeah, God bless you, and make sure that you tell your family that you love them.